بسم الله الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أفضل الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Alhamdulillah, Allah Jalla Majduhu is blessing us with nights and days of last part of the Ramadan, especially this day and night, the last 10 days. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said they are itqum minan nar, freedom from fire. And he sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned the first 10 days are mercy and rahmah of Allah Jalla Majduhu. And the middle 10 days which has passed, they are forgiveness and maghfirah. And the last 10 days I mentioned, they are freedom from fire. Nabi Akram Sarwar Do Alam sallallahu alaihi wasallam ने फरमाया रमज़ान का अव्वल अशरा, अव्वल 10 दिन रहमत हैं और दरमियान वाले 10 दिन मग़फ़िरत हैं और आखिरी 10 दिन जहन्नम से आज़ादी, आग से आज़ादी. So now the question is that how can we attain the rahmah and maghfirah and freedom of fire, from fire? अब सवाल ये है कि हजूर अलैहिस्सलाम ने तो बयान कर दिया, लेकिन क्या वो रहमत हमें मिल गई है? क्या वो मग़फ़िरत मिल गई है? क्या जहन्नम से आज़ादी मिल गई है? ये हमें इल्म नहीं. लेकिन but the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in many other ahadith, and wali ummi, like there are many prophets, our Prophet ﷺ is Nabiul Ummi, and there have been some previous prophets as well, they were ummi as well. Similarly, there are wali awliya who are ummi. Ummis are those people who are prophets, Anbiya, awliya, who are taught directly by Allah Jalla Majduhu. So a waliul ummi of Maghrib, Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, rahimahullah, he says that how can we attain that mercy and maghfirah, and in the last 10 days, itqum minan nar, freedom from fire. He gave a very simple message. He said, the first 10 days are rahmah, but only those people will gain the mercy who will show mercy to the creation of Allah Jalla Majduh. The way to access that mercy, mercy is showering, but you will only get access when you show mercy to your wife, your husband, your children, your neighbor, your relatives, the poor people, the have-nots, the people who are living in war zones, war-torn countries, and people who are struggling. So if you show mercy to them, you will get mercy. Simple as that. Showing mercy by sharing iftari, sahur with people in poor countries. Now Eid is coming. Many people don't have enough to celebrate Eid. You are living in here, UK. Many people are living in poor countries. And they don't have enough even clothes. Their children, when we travel, and during traveling, when we ask them I ask children, oh, what do you want? So you expect that they say, we want this toy, We want iPhone, we want Xbox, we want this, we want this. That's the children playing with games. When you ask them, you get shocked. What they answer? Shoes, clothes for Eid. That's their answer. तो उन मुल्कों में बच्चों का बच्चापन ही मर जाता है। वो बड़े उनको पूछे क्या चाहिए तो वो खिलौने का नाम नहीं लेते, कहते हमें रोटी दे दो लेके, हमें एक जूती ले दो, हमें स्कूल के लिए एक बैग ले दो, हमें पहनने के लिए कपड़ा ले दो। तो ऐसे हज़ारों लोग हैं। So if you show mercy to the creation of Allah, you will get mercy. And if you do not show mercy to the creation of Allah, you will not get mercy. It's simple formula. There's no complication. कोई नहीं कहता मुझे समझ नहीं आई। रहमत वाला मामला करोगे दूसरों से तो तुमसे भी रहमत वाला मामला होगा। अगर रहमत वाला नहीं, जुल्म वाला मामला करोगे तो तुम पर भी रहमत नहीं होगी अल्लाह की। So it is a simple matter and very easy way to access the mercy of Allah Jalla Majduh. That is why I am not saying it's Laylatul Qadr. I don't know. For surety, we don't know. A person wants to say sure that it's Laylatul Qadr, then he should worship little bit in every night of 10 days of last 10 days, and he can be sure. Otherwise, one person might be feeling, oh, I feel this very, very spiritual. He might be feeling good because of the air conditioning. You know, the other person, he must have eaten something. The other person might be, who is ill, who has fever, he'll say, oh, I am living in hell. The other one is saying, oh, I was very cool. So nothing is reliable except actually what Prophet ﷺ said, and he says that search for it in the last 10 nights, odd nights. And the problem is then if you say it's only an odd night, then odd nights are different in different countries. So you again confused. The odd night in Medina is even night here. So only surety is that if you spend little bit of time, so that's why wisdom is to little bit of worship at night time, like you do Taraweeh, and these people get share of Laylatul Qadr. So even the Prophet ﷺ said, if you are in this blessed night, if you stay in worship all night, I'm just interpreting that, but there is no mercy in your heart, there are certain traits which are not merciful, Prophet ﷺ said he will not be forgiven. For example, he said the person who cut ties with relatives, he cut ties, he's always against, he doesn't cooperate, he is not easy going with them. Secondly, Prophet ﷺ said, a disobedient to parents, because this is outright zulm, it's not mercy. Third, he ﷺ said, a person who instigate hatred, animosity, infighting amongst people, amongst families, among husband and wife, like they are actually just creating fitna to cause rift in amongst people. He ﷺ said, this is not mercy. It's not a mercy, it is zulm. So he ﷺ said, this person even stay, the meaning is if he stays in sajda all night, there's no mercy shown to him. And the alcoholic, the drug addict, because he is not showing mercy to himself. And by himself taking drugs, how now he can be merciful to his children, his wife? He might spend all the money on drugs instead of buying new clothes for the wife. He might be stealing money from his wife's purse, selling her jewelry. So there's no mercy. So that's why alcohol, why it is? Because it creates this fitna, it creates these harms towards the creation of Allah, and yourself is also creation. So Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbar rahmahullah said, Yes, these things, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said three things, so I have just mentioned to you one of these things. There's that he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is mercy, Ramadan, Laylatul Qadr, etc. There are many, many blessings, itqum min an-nar and things, but I'm not going because it will take a little bit longer. Just one point I mentioned, because you hear this hadith quite often, but you don't hear the meaning of this often, that what it means for you, how it is applicable to you. On TV you see, on Facebook you see, oh, Ramadan is month of mercy, Ramadan is month of mercy, 10 days of mercy, रहमत का महीना आ गया, रहमत का महीना. भाई रहमत का महीना आ गया, आपके लिए भी रहमत बना है कि नहीं? वो आपके लिए तब रहमत बनेगा, आप दूसरों के लिए रहमत जब बन जाएंगे तो आपके लिए बन जाएंगे. तो अल्लाह पाक ये बात पल्ले बांध दें, अल्लाह की मखलूक के साथ, वो भी अल्लाह के लिए, फॉर अल्लाह सेक, नरमी, रहमत, उनको पैसे, उनकी सहूलत दें, उनको उनकी मुश्किल आसान करें, रहमत करें, माफ़ी वाला रहमत वाला मामला करें, तो आपके साथ भी फिर देखिए अल्लाह पाक वही मामला करेगा. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable me and you to benefit. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka